Well, hello everyone. Just getting to the house here now. I feel a little bit like Mr. Rogers every time I show up because I gotta take off my sunglasses and then I put on these are my reading glasses. They pick up for $5 at Home Depot as opposed to my $150 glasses. Anyway, just want to show you the progress here. Tile is supposed to start this week coming up, so I think that's for Tuesday, excuse me, which I think is fine. So I'm kind of quickly trying to get my cabinets in. At first I was just gonna let them tile and then I put the cabinets in, but the more I thought about it, I think we're better off getting him to tile first. So yeah, so let me just show you what I did. Just a quick, here are the bases I have. These are all used cabinets, and when you look close, it's obvious. Here is the existing cabinet that was here. This had a wall oven in it that I'm going to just put some more shelves, and I'll make some doors for that. So I merged it in. Put a spacer in. This is the old cabinet. Here's where the range will go. And then I needed a 21-inch base to match. I got a 21-inch, there it is right there. And to look right, they have to be in line. Especially, I'll have a upper cabinet. Where the stove is, it will have a vent, microwave vent, so that has to be right in line with it. And then I have a 30-inch cabinet. So with all my spacers here, I had to add about 3 inches onto it. Oh, and the other detail is I had to buy this one. I don't know, can you see the difference? See the drawer fronts? But I'm going to paint it all, and hopefully it looks pretty good. Just wanted to show you, this cabinet looks pretty beat, but you know, once you get it back together, it has all the basic components you need. You know, for example, the doors and the drawers. So you see this must have had some water damage, so it got all soggy. So I'm just adding a 2x. My recycled 2x's in here, so that'll firm it up. I'll just put a new back on the inside and a new floor. It's upside down right now, but that's it's just an example of, it doesn't take much, and paint these up, you won't know the difference. I just wanted to show you the end result here of the box. That's how it looks from the inside. Remember, there was a big hole back in here. So I replaced the back, bottom. I got a hole here, but this is also where a shelf goes. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a board up and down over this and put the one end in here and then nail the other end, just to support the shelf. So that's all ready to install. Now we'll go on to the big one over here. Okay, I'm just about all set to get this base in. I've already reinforced the bottom, cut my piece to stick back down in here, and I'm just going to stick this in. I put silicone in the bottom to help get it to sit down on top of that yucky floor. So there it is. Now I'm going to take my nail gun and just tack it, because I put 2x4s on either side, and even got it on the bottom. I have a 2x4. that is there to reinforce that, because it was all kind of, even cut out this thing here because it was, oh, you gotten soggy, it was all up and down. So to help it lay flat. So I'm going to nail that off, and I'll show you the bottom thereafter. So just to show you the bottom here of this vanity, you see this is what it was. Just real soggy press board. So I added the 2x4 on both sides, and then I put this 2x4 to support, because it was all, and you're not going to see any of this. This will all be buried between cabinets. So as long as I get the base solid, that's what's important. All right. Next step is to put some sides on the inside. This side here, I'm going to put a piece of Luan and a piece of Luan there. And I'm going to cut one for the back here too, where these pipes come through and the electrical. Only because when I put this cabinet in, if this is the wall, there's going to be an inch gap here, because I'm bringing the cabinets out away from the wall about an inch, just because, just my counter as 26. I think I showed you that on the other one. Anyway, gonna call it a night, and we'll continue with this tomorrow. All right. All right, it's the next day. Popped over here for just a couple hours to install the cabinets on the other side. I just want to show you that. Really not much to it. Everything was pretty flat on the floor. The wall is pretty straight up and down, square, so to speak. Just to share with you, it may not look like much to you, but the dishwasher used to be here. And, you know, and so you don't think about things like that. Oh, okay, put the dishwasher in, the sink, da-da-da-da. And I realized, you know, then I had the dishwasher's kind of hanging out here, and you got to get an end panel. I realized I don't have to do that. This happens to be 24 inches, just like a dishwasher, that cabinet there. Just to kind of set it off, and I wanted to line it up with the upper cabinet, which will be set off there. I added a spacer. This is where a sink goes, dishwasher, and the end cabinet, again in line with the upper. Normally I would like to put the uppers in first, but I'm kind of under the gun here for the tile guy to get the floor in. So I also have Lavon here, and she's trying to sneak in on me. So we have the other side complete. I think we looked at that the other day. The range goes there. So we're all set for him. Hopefully he's here tomorrow. All right. To show you, I don't know if you can see, but you got tile going down. I think he's got most of the field taken care of throughout the house. He kind of just has run his, as you can see, his courses right through and then into the other rooms. So we're happy about that. I'm hoping that he wraps it up this week. So. Oh, good morning, everyone. Okay, the date is June 26th, so we're heading to the end of the month here. We've had a real hot snap, and it's really been quite uncomfortable. We've had days that have been well over 100. I think on average, the past 2 weeks, I know it's been over 105 at least every day. Some days hitting around 115, maybe getting 2 or 3 of those in a row. So it's been something else. So For me here in the house though, I've had my air conditioner hooked up and been able to take advantage of having it on while working. Earlier in the month, you probably recall, talked a little bit about the tile work getting done, and just a quick view of the floor finished. Really has a feel of a finished house, and in general some of these rooms are completely finished other than some details, like for example here I've got the doors to install in the closets. Same thing in here. The other task I have is putting my fixtures in the bathrooms, and you can see we've got our tile done here. I haven't done anything since the tile guy has left. You know, like you can see there was some damage where he had to pull off, oh, it's called like blue coat, blue something. Anyway, really minor stuff. You know, fixtures need to be put up, vanity in, toilet. I have all those things, but most of it has to do with just prioritizing the biggest work. And right now the biggest job is the kitchen, getting the cabinets installed. I had shown before installing the bases, which I got in place before the tiles started, which, you know, for me it was just a matter of keeping busy before the tile guy started. But since then I've got the uppers in. Now just to explain, these cabinets are used. They came out of another place. I paid $300 for the whole set. Now the only thing that isn't used was 2 of these units. This one here I bought new. Specific size, you know, we put the microwave here with the vent. So I had to buy that. And the other one was this here. This unit, if you remember. And you can see I've added things to make the sizes right so everything matches. This range goes here, it's going to be 30 inches. So I had to come off of here with a spacer here. Similar here, my general, I don't know how the light is here, but even spacing here, and wanting the even spacing around the top. So in this case I put a spacer here to make that consistent. So this just happened to be the right size, the right spacing. There's another detail. The back, this was again used, and they had cut out the back of this, but it was a big mess, like it was way into here. So what I did is I put a spacer between the vanity, it's not a vanity, the base cabinet and the wall. Just happened to be the thickness of a 2x4. And then I put a new panel over it so that it had a nice even square box to get access to the receptacles for the dishwasher and the garbage disposal, as well as the plumbing fixtures. If you recall too, we had holes here, and there were holes here, so I added these panels here, and we had shown you doing the base here. So it's you know, like a brand new cabinet. And yesterday I did, I don't know if you can see, but these have all been sanded up just to give it take the shine off the urethane, because they're going to be painted. Last thing I did yesterday was add this little strip just to take up that gap, or you can see here how there's a gap here, and not much of a gap there, but in order to be consistent I have to do the same thing all the way around. And the last big modification here is this. There was a shelf here. I'm going to move the shelf up above the counter. So the counter is going to be about here because we're going to have a swinging door, and I didn't want the swinging door, if it's down here, to be hitting the counter. So I'm moving it up, putting a shelf here, and what I'm going to do is actually add a drawer here. And a lot of that just has to do with the doors I have. I've got existing doors, and I'm getting cheap here. I don't want to go buy any more materials, so I'm just basically modifying that based on what I have for materials. And I'm not compromising in the sense that I think it'll still look good. In actuality, I think it'll look better. I was initially thinking I'd do one big door, but I think two door here and another door here and another set here with the drawer in some ways will be more balanced, you know, in the sense that, you know, this size, these doors are smaller. It's one way of looking at it anyway. So that kind of brings you up to date. My goal is to really be done in the next couple weeks. I know I always set these goals, but anyway, inside, you know, big thing is getting the kitchen done. After doing the cabinets is installing the granite countertops, plumbing fixtures, the sink. I think that's about it as far as one other big project here too, though, and it's not always big, it's just something that still it's big in the sense it is big, is this window. I've been holding off from changing this window. Probably because I need a hand doing it. I'm thinking maybe I can get Levon over here to help me get that other one in. I could probably do it myself, but it's kind of maybe a little intimidating. Anyway, so that's the progress, and I'll check back with you later.
You like my video? Huh? What? Oh, of course. Sorry about that. I said, do you like my video? Please subscribe.